championship game. And thanks again for joining us here as we broadcast to you. As Laredo LBJ takes the court first, they'll be taking on the Mission Veteran Lady Patriots. Both teams have weaved their way through pool play into bracket play, and now here we are finding ourselves at the championship game as we get set for the finals, and both teams will meet out at the center net. A very journey to get here for these two teams in some ways. Laredo LBJ ran the table yesterday in winning their pool, and were challenged a bit in their games today, including a 3-game set in the semifinals against Brownsville Rivera. It was the Lady Patriots who were just rolling over teams all the way through the quarterfinals, when suddenly in the semifinals they found themselves staring up in a come from behind half-2 scenario against Pioneer, as the Lady Diamondbacks pushed them to a 3-game set. But the Patriots have had certainly a lot of time to rest up, as that next game went 3 sets. It was a long, drawn-out affair between LBJ and Brownsville Rivera. And so the big question mark right out of the gate is just how much left in the tank do the Lady Wolves of Laredo LBJ have, as they stayed on the court and even in quotation marks warmed up for this game, as they were out there in a hitting formation and also digging and then standing the entire time while they were watching. We're set to go the first serve of this game, and it will be in the direction of Ronnie Cantu. Places it over, LBJ on the return. Lady Wolves again will have firepower at the net. This time it's tipped over, and a kill by Isabel Martinez. First point of the game belongs to LBJ. One thing about it, if you're coming into a game and you know that fatigue may be a factor, then you certainly have to worry about momentum. And so if you can gain it early, thus you get some energy. A spike across by Mission Veterans ties us up. Lady Patriots now will rotate in as Michaela Perez checks in to serve. Perez has been a strong server throughout this tournament. A high set on the left side, spiked across, and it's covered by the Lady Patriots. Now they'll call 4 hits, and they will give the point. But you can see right there. Now, the hit was by Yaretsi Ortiz, who normally when she leashes that kind of a hit, it's done. In this case, it was still in play for a moment, as Mission Veterans was able to at least keep that ball alive before the 2 hits were called. Missed serve by LBJ. Karina Salinas back to serve for the Lady Patriots of Mission Veterans. Back set this time. Covered this time on the back row by the Patriots. Immediately on the tack, looking for the angle. LBJ will keep that alive. Great play just to keep that back on the playing surface. A high jump set in the middle and put across. A kill that time by Cassie Lerma. Lerma had a terrific semifinal against Pioneer, literally carrying the team on her back for a portion of that game too, after they fell in the first one. Tipped across, ball across, and that lands in for LBJ. And that's not the way you script up a play, but it results in a point. And when you're in a championship game, you'll take them any way they come across. Back to serve is Christina Arce. Puts it just across the net, played by the Lady Patriots with a high set off the net, punched over. Good chance here for the Lady Wolves of LBJ. Block back at you. They'll get it back on the back set. Got it past the blockers, just out of bounds, and a point to Mission Veterans. The opening was there on that back corner for Laredo LBJ. Back to serve. Uh-oh. Veterans Memorial will serve it up. Just across, played by LBJ. Good pass this time. A high set across, and on the carry out of bounds. Too strong on the hit that time by Ortiz. Ortiz is their primary hitter when she's on that front row. She can be as deadly as any hitter from any team we've seen. Patriots up by a couple, serve across. Good pass, this time a back set, tipped across. Patriots will go on the attack immediately, set up Lerma, and she puts it away. Lerma with a kill. Patriots out to an early 3-point lead. and serving. Serve across. Played by Laredo LBJ. Big spike off the block, and that gets down for Yuritsi Ortiz. And she's shown that at the front of the net, if given it a chance, the firepower she brings is plenty to score. Back at you is Lerma. That's up into the rafters, played by LBJ. Wolves will get it over. That one carries out of bounds, though. It's one thing to be able to time that ball coming out of that rafter area. It's another thing to understand the trajectory and a lot of times the English as that ball picks up spin when you're making a play. A serve across by Cassie Lerma, a good one. This time, a high set on a back set this time. Attack across, played by the Lady Patriots. Lerma on the attack, gets it over. LBJ will set it up. This is Isabel Martinez, and in the net it goes. Point, Mission Veterans, they go up 4. Lerma to serve again. And with Lerma serving, that means that Riley Barnett is now at the front row for Mission Veterans. Haven't called her name yet, but will, as an ace is served across by Cassie Lerma. Back to serve is Lerma again. Gets it over. This is past the blockers. Good play by Bella Dominguez back on that back row. Ball in the net. And a point to LBJ. Dominguez kept it alive, but that pass, so often when the back row carries a pass, just simply keeping it in play, you're at the mercy of whether that ball hits the bottom of the net or plays under it. The front row has to make that choice on the fly as to how to play that. LBJ will spike it across. That's off the block, and that'll be a point for the Lady Wolves. Check that, they'll score that to Mission Veterans, and they go up 10-5. Dominguez to serve again. Bella Dominguez. Line drives it over. LBJ on the return, set it up. Tipped over the blockers, and a point scored. Isabella Martinez drops one in the right spot. 4-point game. Substitutions into the game for Laredo LBJ. Viviano Ostegan in the game. Also in to serve is Nora Infante. Infante will serve it across. Good pass by Lerma. They'll back set it at the net. Tipped over on the block. Back on the Mission Veteran side. They'll find Barnett for a first time. Block back at you. Point LBJ. Well, the first kill attempt by Riley Barnett is staved off. They'll go back to her early and often at times when she rotates through the net. At the front, tipped over, played by LBJ. High set, spiked across. Good play that time, and across the net called on Mission Veterans, and a point to LBJ. 10-8 game. Laredo LBJ to serve. That serve across, punched up in the air by the Lady Patriots. Tipped over. Wolves with a good chance on a back set. That's on the back row. Point scored, LBJ. It's a 1-point game. Ostegan on the kill. And they're feeling a little energy now from Laredo LBJ. Next serve across, looking for the tie. Lelmer with a pass. They'll set up Barnett off the net this time. That's glanced off the block. A high set. This is Martinez going back to work. Ball back over. Played by Mission Veterans. A high set. Barnett again. Got it in front of the block. This time it's covered on the back row. Good dig back there by Yuritsi Ortiz. Ortiz is your big hitter. She made a nice defensive play there. Barnett again. Block back at you. 3 times they've went to her. They go again. Tips it over the block. Covered. LBJ. Back row attack. And in the net it goes. It's not the way you want to end a rally like that. There was a lot of challenge and a lot of good play. And the ball lands in the net. 11-9 game. Back to serve is Ronnie Cantu for Mission Veterans. Just gets it across. Played by LBJ. A high set off the net. Martinez tips it over the blockers and got the point. She's shown a real nice ability, Isabella Martinez, of reading the blockers at the net. And it's not just that you catch the blockers, it's that you understand what's happening behind that when a team sets up to cover a double block. Serve is good by LBJ. Mission Veterans with the lead, looking to build on that. Tip back over as Ortiz is rotated back to the front row. Spike across, played by LBJ. Can they get a set out of this, though? Spiked across. Dominguez is there. Good pass. Cantu with a back set. Spiked across. Another play by that back row of LBJ. It's alive again. This is Barnett. Another diving play. Keeps it alive. Ball still alive. And finally a point to LBJ. We are tied at 11 apiece. 4 different times the defense for the Lady Wolves able to keep that ball in play. Mission Veterans set up Barnett. That's in the net, and LBJ takes a lead. Laredo LBJ on top in this one. 12-11 game. Back of the service line for Laredo LBJ. They'll serve it across. Deep serve, carries out of bounds. Service errors is what you watch for when you're talking about fatigue. And again, I'm going to talk about that for a while because of what the Lady Wolves are up against here in this ball game. You're coming off a 3-game set. You had 8 minutes between games. And in that span, you use that for some warm-ups with additional approaches at the net. Ball in the net there. Mission Veterans back on top at 1, 13-12. Appreciate all you fans out there watching as we have our coverage for you here on Rio Sports. In the Laredo area, we are right now active in putting together a system that will be over there on a regular basis. I've got 2 different meetings this week to hopefully get that in place. They have a tournament there next week. I'd love to have a crew out there. At the net, ball challenge there, still on the LBJ side. Ortiz eases it over, got the point. Now, to credit the back row that time of Mission Veterans, normally when you see Yaretsi Ortiz approaching for a hit, you have to guard that back line. They were. She dropped it in front of them for the point. Served by LBJ across. A deep serve. Played. That might have been going out. Lady Patriots. One-handed over by Lerma. LBJ goes on the attack. Set up Ortiz. Tips it over the blockers again. This time it's covered by the Lady Patriots, and they'll attack. Spiked off the block. Punched in the air. Wolves will keep this alive. Another chance. Here comes a good chance for a big hit. Lerma puts it down, but it's covered. LBJ sets up Ortiz. Didn't have her feet set. Gets it over. A high set across the net. Off the blockers again. Point for Mission Veterans. This time it's Karina Salinas. Salinas able to put that away. Next serve across. Ball up at the net, challenge there. And a 15-13 game. Becomes 15-14 as LBJ scores again. I was just looking at that replay. Could have showed that to you, I guess, but we go quickly from point to play, and it's nearly impossible to throw these replays up for you. Although one day we'll get there. We'll have those replays for you on the fly. 1-point game, LBJ to serve it up. Championship game here of the Mission Tournament. Tipped across. Wolves on the attack with a high set outside. They'll call a 2-hit violation on LBJ. 2 touches there. Point to Mission Veterans. Lady Patriots back up by a couple. Eddie on the camera. We had to switch tripods on the fly, so apologize for the shakiness. It's not Eddie's camera work. He's terrific. Spike across. That's down and in for Ortiz, and that's the power you expect when you see her set. Yaretsi Ortiz. 1-point game, and now Ortiz rotates back to the back row. So who will step up for Laredo LBJ as Ortiz is back there for the next 3 rotations. Miss hit on that one by Mission Veterans, and we're tied at 16 apiece. What we saw in the Pioneer game, in game 1 of that best of 3, was Mission Veterans took a lead and then midway through it, kind of fell apart as you see an ace hit for LBJ, and the Wolves are now up by 1. Credit Mission Veterans, though. After losing that game 1 to Pioneer, they came out with just an emphatic win as they took control of the game and won going away. Another ace by LBJ, and now the Wolves are up by 2 at 18-16, and how about a swing there? It went from Lady Patriots up to now the Lady Wolves have the lead, and they'll be serving for more as Ortiz productive on the service line. Yaretzi Ortiz puts it in play. Short serve. Good pass this time by the Lady Patriots. Back set for Lerma, puts it down in the back row. Cassie Lerma. And now she'll rotate back to serve, and here comes the second time across the front line for Riley Barnett. Last time she was kind of quiet. They did set her a couple of times, did produce one major kill. Again, she can be called every play at times. How about that kill down the line by Isabel Martinez? And these are just cannon shots coming from both teams here to start this championship game. That's one way to welcome Barnett to the front row, is just a counter with a volley sent across on your own. Patriots set it up off the net. Barnett with a swing. Back row plays that for LBJ. Again, right back at you. Set up Barnett. Better set this time. Tips it past the blockers. Got the sideline, and point lands. 19-18 here in game 1 of this best of 3. Substitution in the game for LBJ. Alicia Huerta checks in the game. She'll go to the, she'll go out of the game as checking in as the libero, Anna Chick. Ball off the blockers on the Mission Vets side. They'll keep it alive. Two-handed over. Good chance here for LBJ. Second head over, and they catch him off guard. Score the point. I was expecting a big kill. So was the back row of Mission Veterans. LBJ caught everyone in the gym off guard on that one and scores the point. 20-18 your score. Laredo LBJ serving it up. Short serve. Good pass this time. A high set for Barnett. And looking for the back row. That's out of bounds. Point to LBJ. Timeout Mission Veterans. The championship game just getting heated up. LBJ leads by 3. Back after this.
How to add the VTX1 app to your Roku device. All your favorite shows from VTX1
Back here, I fixed that scoreboard, my friends. We are in game 1 of a best of 3. Serve across by LBJ, that's a good one. And an ace out of the timeout for the Lady Wolves. And they go up by 4 at 22-18. In the semis, Mission Veterans was woken up by Pioneer with a victory by the Lady Diamondbacks. Right now, LBJ. Another ace served up, and this is just rare to see Mission Veterans giving up ace serves. Second timeout. Coach Lerma says, hey, wait a minute. They were supposed to be tired. We're supposed to be in it. 5-point game. LBJ leads. Back with more after this.
An exciting games broadcast on Rio Sports Live can be added onto your Roku device by following these simple steps. Step 1. Scroll down to search and push OK on the remote control. Step 2. Type in VTX1 by using the arrow keys to move the cursor around the keyboard and pushing OK to enter the letters. When you're done, choose the VTX1 option on the right-hand side of the screen. Then push OK.
Back here after the timeout, Laredo LBJ 2 points away from taking game one. Back-to-back timeouts called by the Lady Patriots. See how they respond. Lerma off the back row. Blocked at the net as Paria Lara is able to put that down for LBJ, and they lead by 6. 24-18. LBJ to serve it up, and they have definitely brought another level of intensity. Rotation there that time on Mission Veterans. Ball game over. Game one belongs to LBJ of this best of three. They're still scratching their heads on the Lady Patriots side because they didn't think anybody moved. Nonetheless, game one is history. Game two of the best of three coming up. Keep it right here on Real Sports Live.
Step 3. Choose the Add Channel option on the right-hand side of the screen and wait for the application to load. Congratulations! You have now successfully added the VTX1 app to your channel lineup. It can be found on the main screen under Home at the bottom of the list. For more information, visit the VTX1 website at vtx1.net/OTT.
Start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Back here on Real Sports Live, I want to thank the fine friends at Hacienda Ford. Signing on this week, we'll be getting them involved in our commercial rotation, and you'll also see a lot of graphics on Hacienda Ford. Located in Edinburgh, Hacienda Ford, the only car dealership bringing it to you right here and assisting us in broadcasting these games. In this case, championship game of the Mission Tournament here at Mission Veterans High School. We head into game two of the championship best of three with Laredo LBJ leading in the series 1-0. Want to also remind you, and one of our sponsors is the EDC at San Benito. In San Benito, their next big event is Saturday, September 21st at the West Haven at Memorial Park. It is the South Texas Music Festival. A lot of fun, a lot of music, and 4 to 11 p.m. on 705 North Bowie Street in San Benito, Texas. Back we come with the serve across. Played by the Lady Patriots. That carries off the back row, and LBJ scores a point. Laredo LBJ. Now, early in game one, Mission Veterans had the lead. LBJ had to withstand that early run and then took control of the game. Spiked over, blocked back at you, ball at the net, spiked straight down, a kill by Lara. And this LBJ team has just brought another level of play here in this championship game. My concern was, did they have enough energy to just stay in it? They not only brought that energy, they found amped up energy to take this up a higher level. Serve across, played by the Lady Wolves. Spike across by Ortiz, that's in. Ortiz went with the angle. She's proven in the 2 days of play that she can go deep with the hits, down with the hits, or in that case, across. Lara back to serve. Paria Lara. 2-1 game. Lara serves it across. Patriots, a good pass this time. Set up Lerma off the block. Point, Mission Veterans. 2-2 game as Cassie Lerma with the kill. Karina Salinas back to the service line for the Lady Patriots. Got that across. Laredo LBJ on the attack at the center of the net. Played over on the Mission Vet side. It's off the net. A kill attempt by Stephanie Torres is easily covered. Here comes Ortiz. Block back at you. Point, Mission Veterans. Torres was capable of getting the points that last time through, but this time, double block, different result. 3-2 game. Allison Anaya and Cassie Lerma there for that block. Ball back over on the LBJ side, and that's how they've responded here in this championship matchup. Every time Mission Veterans throw something at them, they counterpunch and then go on the offensive. Back to serve is Christina Arce. Gets that across. Pass by Lerma. Racing over there is Cantu. Off the net. Spiked across. Looking for the back row. That carries out of bounds. Point to LBJ. Appreciate all you fans out there watching on our Facebook. Be sure you share the link. That always helps engage more fans who may not know this game's going on. Always encourage our fans to like our page, follow our page, and those on YouTube, be sure you subscribe to our channel. Helps in more ways than you think. 4-3 game. A jump set this time for Lerma. Looks for the sideline, but it goes out of bounds. Blockers were out of place. Lerma had a good read. Just carried that wide on the line. LBJ to serve it up. Christina Arce back at the line. Puts it across. Good pass this time. A high set in the center, and this time Lerma. The hit is covered by LBJ. Right back at you. Tipped by the Lady Patriots. Set up Lerma again. Angles it out of bounds. She looked right side that time, which again was open on that sideline. Just carried it too far. Service time for Christina Arce. A jump serve across. What a diving play by Dominguez to keep that alive. Ball back on the LBJ side. They can attack. Here's Ortiz. Tipped it over the block. Got the point. Double block in place. No coverage behind that. Bella Dominguez, the libero, had made a diving play earlier in that rotation. Couldn't recover and then get back in place to cover that hit. Ball across. Good pass this time by Cantu. A back set for Lerma. Whistles that across. Got it down. And Lerma, that rotation through, had to try left side, center, right side, and eventually went on the curl to deliver a hit back in play. Served by the Lady Patriots. Right on the money with a pass for LBJ. Center set. Ortiz reaches back and hits the backline judge. Easy to make that call if it's in or out. If it hits you in the feet. 2-point game. 7-5 your score. Next serve across. LBJ on the attack. Set up Ortiz again on a quick set. Lerma there as a solo blocker off her hand. No coverage for the Lady Patriots. And a 3-point lead. Yoretzi Ortiz rotates back to serve for LBJ. Gets that one across. Pass by the Lady Patriots. Now punched across. Ortiz back there to dig that. Set it off the net, punched over. Good chance here for the Lady Patriots. Back set for Lerma. Spins around, puts it in play, and gets the point. That's rotating around at the net and then turning and finding a spot to put that ball down. If you think that's easy, go ahead and try it. Rally on the next point. Out of bounds off of Mission Veterans. Another point to LBJ. And so right now, the Lady Wolves of Laredo LBJ controlling the lead. Advancing it to 3, giving up a couple, but always maintaining a lead. Azanet Zubiata to serve. Ball over on the Patriots side on the back row. They get to Lerma down the sideline. That's in. Point scored. Lerma went sideline on that one. Barnett rotates in the front row. Bella Dominguez back to serve. Also, Karina Salinas just checked in. She'll be on the front row. Cantu rotates forward as the setter for Mission Veterans. LBJ on a center set. Spiked over. Lerma there to cover that. Cantu sets up Barnett. Off the block. Point Mission Veterans. Barnett that time, they set her about 4 feet off the net. You could see blockers were coming into play. She used that to her advantage. 1-point game. LBJ with the lead, looking to build on that. Back corner, Patriots go on the attack with a back set this time, spiked over. Back there to play that is Anna Chick, the libero. And a point for LBJ. They go back up 2. Leanne Maldonado on that kill. 2-point game. Back to serve is Nora Infante. Infante puts it with a short serve. Larimer there to pass that. Cantu sets up Barnett, tips it past the blockers. Point. Getting a hand on that was on a chick. That's about all she could do, as it had just enough pace on it as it got in her area. Ronnie Cantu back to serve for Mission Veterans. Short serve, ball across, they let that go out, and we are tied at 10 apiece. 10-10 the score. Ronnie Cantu will serve again. Now the Patriots trying to take the lead here in game 2. Been a while since I've talked about that. Cantu saves that one. A high set off the net. Barnett reaches back, gets it blocked right back at you. LBJ back on top. Not a classic hit that time by Riley Barnett. Normally, you see a bigger approach and a much bigger swing. Back to serve is Isabella Martinez. Martinez was instrumental in that game 1 win. When she came across that front row, she had some big hits. Big swing this time, and that carries out of bounds. They won a tip on that, nothing doing. Off the hit by Barnett. Now they will call a tip. And we are now tied at 11 apiece. LBJ goes on the attack, and this is Ortiz, and she gets the kill. LBJ back up by 1 at 12-11. Back to serve, Paria Lara. Lara will serve it up for Laredo LBJ. Just across, that's an ace. 13-11. Lara served up some aces against this team in the first game. And it wasn't just one, it was back to back to back. She took control and helped her team take control of the lead. Serve here, a short one on the sideline. There's going to be a rotation there on Mission Veterans and a point to LBJ. That was going to be a tough return anyway on the serve. Lerma was going to get in position, but I'm not sure who was going to receive that pass. 3-point lead for LBJ. Deep serve this time. Cantu there to pass it. Set it up off the net. Spiked off the block. Point. Mission Veterans. A much-needed kill that time by Karina Salinas. 2-point ball game. Have to retrieve the ball off the back wall back on the LBJ side. This is the only game left in this gym. The other gym's already quiet. They wrapped up play over there on time. This was scheduled to start at 3 o'clock. Back set this time on the back row. Hit across. That carries out of bounds. Point Mission Veterans. You just get that feeling the Lady Patriots are right there on the verge of switching this into that higher gear. LBJ doing a good job to keep them off balance. Wolves attack off the net this time. Chance here. Lerma with the pass. They'll race over to get to it. Spiked off the block. Played by LBJ. Back set this time. Ortiz. Nice coverage that time by Cantu. Riley Cantu kept that one alive. High set Ortiz again. Nobody going to dig that one. Kill is good. Too good a look that time for Ortiz. Two-point lead for LBJ, and that's what I'm talking about. They're doing just enough to prevent Mission Veterans from getting on one of those sustained rallies. Ball at the net, point Mission Veterans. Now you start giving points away, and Mission Veterans certainly a team that will take advantage of that. They'll serve now, trying to tie this up in game 2. Ortiz tried to return that. Ball back over on the corner. Free hit coming up for the Lady Patriots. Lerma, that's off the net. They'll call that a block. Lerma hits it in the net. I think Cassie Lerma just got wrapped up in trying to make sure that ball got across. She actually had time to pass that if needed. Serve across, that's a service error by LBJ and a point for Mission Veterans. Barnett will check back in the game. Dare I say she's been quiet? Cassie Lerma to serve it up. Good return of serve. A high set over across the net. Martinez block back at you at the net. A good block this time by Stephanie Torres, and a point for Mission Veterans. We're knotted up at 16. Cassie Lerma to serve again. LBJ on the return. A back set this time. Spiked across. Bella Dominguez was there to dig that. LBJ on the attack again. Second hit over. Dominguez tries her best. Nothing doing. Point LBJ. And so the Wolves maintain control of the lead. Out of Laredo, LBJ. New player in the game to serve. Azanet Zubieta back in the game. Line drive into the net. Another service error. That's back-to-back service errors by LBJ. And yet they look up and it's a tie game. Trading points back and forth with this powerful Mission Veterans team. Dominguez serves it across. Set it up left side, down the sideline, and that's good by Isabella Martinez. Led her perfect set, and Martinez reading that line took it straight down for the point. LBJ back up one. Back to serve for the Lady Wolves is Nora Infante. Infante with a short serve. Lerma with a pass, set up Barnett. Got it passed, got it down, but covered. Back on the Mission Vet side. Again, they'll set up Barnett. Again, she attacks and gets it to go. Tie ball game as Riley Barnett reached back for even more on that one. Can Mission Veterans take the lead, or does LBJ maintain control? Ronnie Cantu back to serve for the Lady Patriots. Short serve played by LBJ. Wolves on the attack, set it up left side, block back at you, but it carries out of bounds. Point LBJ. Again, they take the lead. They won the first game, 25-18. We're in game two here. Next serve across, short serve. Good pass this time by the Lady Patriots. Back set, swing across on the angle, got it down. All tied up, 19 apiece. Another kill by Karina Salinas. Barnett checks out as Lerma rotates back to the front of the row. Meanwhile, in to serve is Michaela Perez. Want to remind you, we'll have additional volleyball coverage on Tuesday. We'll have our games of the week. Be watching our social media for our selection there. Tipped across. Cantu does a good job of getting a hand on it, but point LBJ. Lady Wolves win the race to 20. I've talked about that in my broadcast. Psychologically, that's an advantage in volleyball. Doesn't always define the winner, but it's certainly an advantage to get to that 21st. Serve out of bounds, and that's another service error here in this game. You take those out of the mix. Laredo LBJ is up comfortably right now. Mission Veterans poised. Their backs against the wall. We'll see how urgent they get here as this game gets deeper. Ortiz tips it over. Good chance here. Set up Lerma. Spikes it. Covered on the back row. Ball back on the Patriots side. Set up Lerma again. Tips it over. LBJ on the attack. Set up Ortiz off the net. And down it goes for a point. That's more of a, it's not necessarily the big change up, but it is a change of speed on a normal hit by Ortiz. It caught the back row off guard just enough. Serving is Christina Arce for LBJ. A jump serve across. Played by the Lady Patriots. Set up Lerma. Got it off the block. Got the point. Ties it again. Edging further to that 25 point. You get into that point where you just don't have any margin for error for either team to secure a win. Serve across. Good pass this time. LBJ sets up Ortiz. Puts it away. Another kill for Ortiz. LBJ back on top by one. See if the Lady Patriots can answer that. Ortiz rotates back to the service line. Deep serve, and that's played. That was going out. And a point scored. Timeout called Mission Veterans. You'll circle that one. 2-point lead, LBJ. Back after this.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias, su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Every great dining adventure begins with one word: fresh. At the Sea Ranch, we combine a fresh, inviting atmosphere with chef-inspired cuisine prepared from the freshest local shrimp, oysters, snapper, and mahi-mahi. Our salmon, Alaskan king crab, and live Maine lobsters are flown in fresh. A local favorite for over 30 years, the Sea Ranch. Come enjoy a fresh experience.
After the timeout, LBJ with a 2-point lead. Block back at you, ball at the net. Lerma passes it, gets it set right back, tips it over. LBJ, a real good chance here. Bad pass, though, and a point to Mission Veterans. And if you're the Lady Patriots, you'll take points any way you can get them now. They'll serve it here. 1-point game. Lerma to serve. Cassie Lerma. Line drives it over. Good pass. Oh, bad pass. Point. Mission Veterans were knotted up at 23. Patriots lost the first one. We're down 2 late here in the second one. Now serving to take the lead. Good pass this time by the Lady Wolves. Second hit over. Diving play by Dominguez keeps it alive. Down the sideline. That carries out of bounds. Point Mission Veterans. And that's all your libero right there. Bella Dominguez with an outright great play. Serve across for the Patriots. LBJ on the attack. Martinez this time. Doug on the back row. Ball up. Barnett there. Gets it over. LBJ back on the attack. Back set this time. Off the block. Dominguez with the pass. Cantu with the set. Barnett to put it away. Game 3, here we come. Mission Vets wins game 2. They come from behind to do it. Buckle up. You ain't seen nothing yet. We'll be back for game number 3 after this.
At First Community Bank, we believe in small business.
When Jennifer and Jimmy Wilson started Wild August Nursery and Flower Farm, they found Ricky Leal at First Community Bank had the financing to help them grow.
Make FCB your bank.
Everyone's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Choose from a wide selection and score big today on West Expressway 83. Right now, check out this 2014 Hyundai Elantra Gt. This car is loaded with a leather interior, satellite radio, Bluetooth, and it's yours today for zero money down and $175 a month. That's right, no money down. Drive away today, just $175 a month. Or feel the power of this 2016 Dodge Challenger. This includes the RT Scat Pack, includes navigation, satellite radio, a reverse camera, an Alpine stereo system. Practically new with just 31,000 miles, powered by a 6.4-liter 392 Hemi engine. This today on the lot at $33,999. Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002, Harlingen, Texas. Back here after the split between the two games. Both teams still on the sideline. If you're LBJ, you came into this one, at least I was wondering, what about being able to sustain energy after that 3-game set in the semifinals against Brownsville Rivera. But now you're in a position where just sheer adrenaline can carry you through some places if that factor of just fatigue tries to play in. I think you can carry that through if you can sustain some momentum early on. Both of these teams are capable of winning. Obviously, they've each won one, both believing they can take this championship game. First serve of Game 3 coming up. Want to remind you that in San Benito, their next big event is September 21st on a Saturday. It is the South Texas Music Festival on West Haven Memorial Park at 705 North Bowie Street. San Benito EDC, one of our sponsors, assisting us in our broadcast. And again, the next big event, the South Texas Music Festival. Be sure you attend that. Make plans. If you're out of town, tell them you saw it on Rio Sports Live. I'm telling you, there's some great music there and some Hall of Famers always there throughout the day. Mission Veterans will serve to start game 3. Back to serve is Ronnie Cantu. Cantu stands back there, and again, who will seize momentum in this game? So often you get to a game 3 like this, somebody ends up winning lopsided because they just take control and never let go. High set at the net, spiked over, blocked, but out of bounds it goes, and LBJ draws first blood. Isabella Martinez enough on that to carry it off the block and then back out of bounds on the carom. LBJ to serve again. Back at the line, this serve across. Played by Mission Veterans. Cantu races back, sets up Lerma. Ball over on the LBJ side, set it up. That's a big spike, and the whistle blows in the net, called on Mission Veterans. Want to remind you, fans, one of our sponsors that's joined on is Hacienda Ford. They just joined on this week. We're getting the business of getting all of their graphics together, their commercials together, but they are an integral part now of our broadcast. Hacienda Ford in Edinburgh, helping us sponsor these games. We'll have more and more on them as you visit our social media and our site. Ball into the net, another point for LBJ. I talk about these advertisers at critical points here. They are the reason we're able to do what we're doing here on Rio Sports Live. Fans, if nothing else, stop in and thank them for what we're doing here. Good serve this time by LBJ. A back set for the Lady Patriots. Kept alive by LBJ. Another chance for Mission Veterans. Lerma the pass. Cantu the set. Barnett the hammer off the block. Kept alive. Still alive. Ball back over on the Mission Vet side. High set right side off the block again. Point LBJ. Wow. That is a well-earned point number 4 for LBJ. Here in game 3. Back we go to action. Ball still alive. LBJ trying to get it over on the kill. That's out of bounds. Point Mission Veterans. First 4 belong to Laredo LBJ. Short serve across. Jump set this time. Ortiz puts it away. Eretzi Ortiz, one of the biggest hitters in this tournament, thundered that one home for the point. 5-1 game. LBJ to serve it up. Mission Veterans, good pass this time. Set it up to Lerma. Got that down in the back row. Cassie Lerma converts on that. Checking in quickly is Stephanie Torres. Back to serve. Karina Salinas for Mission Veterans. Deep serve. Played on the back row. Quick set for Ortiz. Taps it over the block, covered by Cantu. Lerma becomes the setter. Ball over by Torres. Ball back over on the Mission Veterans side. Set up this time for Lerma. Turns from setter to hitter and gets the job done. Well, you like the effort of Ortiz right there. Coming right to the edge of the stands. Trying to keep that ball alive. Patriots serving down 2. Jump serve across. LBJ on the return. Back row. Free hit here for the Patriots. Cantu the set. Lerma the delivery. Out of bounds though. They want a tip. Nothing doing. And a point scored for Laredo LBJ. They won game 1. They controlled game 2 late. Lady Patriots found a way to get it done and force this third game. In the net on a service there. For LBJ, Mission Veterans scores a point. You go back to game 2, LBJ had several service errors. in that. Jump serve across for the Lady Patriots. Pass up near the net. They try to dig it out, nothing doing. Point Mission Veterans. That pass carried off the top of the net. It went directly down. You could see that. Even though players were there in position, just no way to get any momentum to carry that ball over the net. You're always playing right back into it. Back set this time. That's in the net. We are tied at 6 apiece. They set up Christina Arce that time on the net, outside left. Served by the Lady Patriots. Bad pass this time by LBJ. Point Mission Veterans. They go up 1. (7-6) ball game. Back and forth we go. Another serve coming across for the Lady Patriots. Just across, played by the Lady Wolves. Set it up in the center for Ortiz. Right back over on the LBJ side. Ortiz again. One hands that over. Torres there to return it. They'll set up Lerma. Turns around. Finds an angle and gets the point. Ties us 8-6 the score. Not the first time we've seen Cassie Lerma doing like a mid-pirouette, watching the ball over her head and then reaching up and making a play, placing the ball down on the other side. 2-point game. LBJ sets up Ortiz, this time down the line. Nobody there to cover that. Easy point. Ortiz too good a hitter to give her that much space to look at. Back to serve is Yaretzi Ortiz. Deep serve played by the Lady Patriots. Back set this time, and Lerma tried to put it away. Dug out that time by Arce on that back row. Dominguez back there now for Mission Veterans. Set up Lerma again, puts this one down. 9-7 Lady Patriots on top. You wonder, is anybody going to truly run away with this one? Or is this going to go back and forth all the way to the final points? Cassie Lerma to serve again. Played by LBJ. A high set off the net. Spiked across on the angle. That's in. Isabella Martinez finds the right angle. Point scored. LBJ. 1-point game. Substituting into serve. Mariana Reyes for LBJ. Reyes ready to serve. Just gets it across, played by Lerma. Back set for Riley Barnett. Block back at you, point LBJ, ties it at 9 apiece. And then when they're setting up Barnett on that outside left, LBJ bringing the house to try to contest those hits. Mission Veterans set a back row attack this time by Lerma. Blocked down, straight down, point for Yolanda. LBJ back on top by 1. Timeout Mission Veterans. Anytime the net is dominated by the other team, you'll see Coach Lerma take a timeout. She wants her team to be the team controlling the net play. Back after this.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Back here on Rio Sports Live, a timeout called. LBJ will talk it over, but it was Mission Veterans that called that timeout to see if they can take control of the net. Reminding you again, our broadcast brought to you in part now by Hacienda Ford, our first true major car dealer, our second car dealer on the mix, but Hacienda Ford definitely instrumental as being a title sponsor. You'll see much more about them as we continue to lay out the graphics package. Anytime we get a title sponsor on board, we are eager and anxious to promote that here on Rio Sports. Serve across. Lerma with a pass. High set for Barnett. Tipped it. Back row covers that for LBJ. Set it up on the right side. Into the net it goes. Point Mission Veterans. 11-10 your score. Bella Dominguez back to serve for the Lady Patriots. Substitutions check again as they get that back row coverage established. Anna Chick checks back in. High set off the net, played by Dominguez on the back row, and in the net called against Mission Veterans. A point for LBJ. They go back up 2. More substitutions check in. I want to again emphasize the EDC of San Benito. Their next big event, South Texas Music Festival, Saturday, September 21st. They are also one of our title sponsors, the EDC of San Benito. Saturday, September 21st, mark it down, South Texas Music Festival. Serve across, played by the Patriots. Punch back across, Dominguez gets that over. High set for the LBJ Lady Wolves, spiked over, played by Dominguez on the back row. High set off the net this time, reaching back for the extra, and it carries out of bounds on a hit by Karina Salinas. 3-point lead for LBJ here in game number 3 of this best of 3 series. Short serve this time. Dominguez becomes a setter. Lerma just off the net, carried over for the point. Cassie Lerma had just enough on that, and it fell through. Ronnie Cantu to serve. For Mission Veterans. That pass in the net, nothing doing, that's an ace. 1-point game, Mission Veterans trying to get some energy. Coach Lerma over there, wanting the crowd to get up into this game. Cantu to serve it up. Good pass this time. LBJ with a high set off the net. In the net it goes, point. Mission Veterans all tied up at 13. Next week, we're hoping to be in Sherryland to cover the Sherryland tournament. I'm also trying to get the guys trained. JR, you heard him doing some play-by-play. Eddie running a camera, he's wanting to do some play-by-play. And also Jacob, who was here earlier with us, also wanting to do some play-by-play. If we can get them trained on the computer and the setup and paired up with Bert Ruiz, you'll hear them next week in Hidalgo. Point to LBJ as that one goes in the net. Lady Wolves back to serve. Isabella Martinez. That means Iretzi Ortiz is back on the front row for LBJ. High set off the net, punched over. Martinez with a pass. They'll set up Ortiz. Blocked though this time. Dominguez with a pass. Set up Riley Barnett. Off the block. Point Mission Vets tied again. Riley Barnett coming right at you. Fans, I'm also trying to get another system out there in the Laredo area. I talked about that earlier. Last year, a couple of years, Freddie's been trying. We are going to now put another wave at trying to get that done where Laredo games are covered on a regular basis. 14-14 game here. Nice back set on the angle. Cantu's there to keep that alive for Mission Veterans. One-handed over by Salinas. Ball on the back row. Martinez on the attack. Good dig this time by the Lady Patriots. Set it up. Salinas on the attack. Good dig on the back row again. This time it's Anna Chick. Ortiz finds an angle on the back row and scores a point. A corner just opened enough for the score. 1-point game. LBJ with the lead and the serve coming up. Gets it across. Cantu on the return of serve. They'll set it up, and Lerma gets it over. Good chance here for Ortiz. Tips it over the block. Cantu right there again to cover that. Set up Salinas off the block. Punched up right at the net, and Lerma hits that off a block. Still in play. LBJ, Ortiz across. Dominguez right there. Cantu one-hands it over. Kept alive again by LBJ from the right side. Off the block. Cantu there. Dominguez there. At the net, Ortiz tries to put it away, nothing doing. Salinas keeps it alive. Rally continues back and forth between the teams. Big spike down by Ortiz. She ends it right there. Iretzi Ortiz simply said, enough. Put that one away with emphasis. 2-point game. LBJ to serve. Paria Lara back at the service line. Lara puts it over. Big high set, spike over by Salinas. That's going to be 4 hits in the net. Both of these teams will be playing next week in that Laredo tournament. It's hosted by Laredo United. We talked to Laredo United South earlier. They already sent us the brackets on that. This LBJ team will be over there, and Mission veterans making the trip. Love nothing more to have that system in play in Laredo. I've been wanting it. In this case, we've got some good meetings, and we may be able to pull that together. Lerma puts that one away. 2-point game on a kill by Cassie Lerma. Fans watching again on our Facebook, I ask you, please share the link. That's where we generally gain our viewers who may not know this type of coverage is out there. I know there's a lot watching right now on Facebook. Please share that link. Help us out if you will. Ortiz tips that across. Played up in the air. This is Lerma. Tips it with the left hand. Played by LBJ. Lady Wolves on the attack with a back set for Ortiz. Got it down. Ortiz that time went right into Ronnie Cantu with a blistering kill. 3-point lead. Serve for LBJ coming up. Jump serve across. Pass up near the net, ball at the net. Oh, a good challenge that time by Lerma to keep this one alive. Back set this time, another kill attempt. Played by the Lady Patriots. Lerma goes on the attack, got the point. And in that case, Mission veterans had to go from complete defense into instant offense when Lerma got the chance. They were defending with all guns blazing. 2-point game, a set for Ortiz. Tips it over. Played nicely this time by the Lady Patriots. Free hit coming up, though. From the back row, they'll pass it forward. Set up Ortiz. In the net it goes. Point Mission veterans. Missed chance that time for the Lady Wolves. Open door now for the Lady Patriots to come barging through. Mission veterans will serve this one across. LBJ on the set. Ortiz tips it past the blockers. Dominguez back there to cover that as the libero. Lerma has been a busy player here in this match. Ball off the deflection. Cantu back set for Lerma. Puts it away again. Tie game. I don't know what more Cassie Lerma can do. She is everywhere right now making plays. Whether it's blocks, whether it's kills, or just simply keeping the ball alive. Tie game. Mission veterans serve it up. Ortiz on the pass. They'll set her quickly. Good coverage that time. A good dig by Stephanie Torres. And Lerma again puts it down. Cassie Lerma saying, here we go. Follow my lead. 1-point game. Timeout called Mission veterans. LBJ, they led throughout. They trail now. Still a long way to go. Back after this.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together. Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Back here after that timeout, Coach Lerma didn't have to do much encouraging in the direction of Cassie Lerma, as Cassie has simply taken this team right now and propelled them forward into another level. LBJ will return the serve now after the timeout. Lady Wolves looking to tie it up. Lerma on the attack. Block back at you. Point LBJ, all tied at 19. Laredo LBJ. That double block is lethal up there. That time Leanne Maldonado was there. And assistance, I believe that was Huerta on the net. Served by Ortiz as a cross, played by Dominguez. Back set for Lerma. Covered on the back row by Arce. Dominguez can't keep that one alive, and LBJ takes the lead at 20-19. The ebb and flow of this just continues. Serve over. Dominguez on the pass. Cantu gets it in the direction of Lerma, tipped over, and diving play in the net, still alive. Ball back on the Patriots side. Set up Lerma again, middle. Good dig this time by the LBJ players. They get it back over. Dominguez is there. Cantu, Lerma. That's Arce at the net. They set up Martinez. Dominguez digs that again. Set up Lerma, tips it past the block, got the angle, got the point, ties the game. Cassie Lerma rotates to the back row. Enter the game, Riley Barnett. Lerma gets it across, a good pass up at the net, and Barnett right there puts it away. I was about to say, if you go baseball here, Lerma set it up. Barnett can come in as the closer now across the net if you're Mission Veterans. LBJ has to be recognizing that. Here's Barnett, puts it down again. Riley Barnett. I talked earlier, I said, dare I say she's quiet. A thunderous kill there. Lerma to serve, LBJ takes a timeout. Again, it's not over. Lady Wolves have to regroup. Barnett woke up.
At HCISD, we move the needle forward every day.
We'll blaze a trail for future generations.
It's not just about equipping students with skills for the future. We awaken their potential and empower them to make good choices.
No matter where you're from or where you're headed, there's a place for you to flourish at HCISD.
Back here on Rio Sports, championship game continues. 2-point lead for the Lady Patriots of Mission Veterans on their home court. Tipped over by LBJ. Martinez, that's a nice placement and a point for the Lady Wolves. Martinez, an intelligent player on that front row. Spotted that opening and didn't miss on the placement. Now serving for the tie, Lady Wolves. Mission Veterans at the net, challenge there, point LBJ, and just like that, we're knotted up at 22. Padilla Lara that time, challenging at the net. Off the net this time, diving play by Dominguez, set up Barnett. Again a kill by Riley Barnett. 23-22. Bella Dominguez back at the service line. Here's where you want to get to 24, if at all possible. You want to prevent 24. That's an ace! Served up by Bella Dominguez. Out of nowhere, an ace. Wolves backs against the wall now. Mission Veterans poised to capture this title. Serve across. Good pass this time. A high set for Martinez. Off the block, point LBJ. They stave off one game point. Do they have another? Here's where if you're the Patriots, a good pass could end this. LBJ needing a big serve here. Get it across, short serve. Cantu sets up Barnett, tips it over the block. Nice coverage that time by Infante. Ball at the net, spiked off the block. Dominguez is back there. Again a set for Barnett to put it away, and she does. Mission Veterans are champions of the tournament. What a finish, and what a way to go out for Riley Barnett. Final score, 25-23. Mission Veterans captures the title, but they were challenged by a gutsy performance by Laredo LBJ. This Lady Wolf team were coming off a semifinal matchup that took them 3 games against Brownsville Rivera. They expended a ton of energy just to get to the championship game. But how about the resiliency of the Lady Patriots after falling in game 1 coming back to capture game 2, and they were trailing in that one late at 23-21. Scored 4 consecutive points to win that, and then win game 3 in a back-and-forth affair by 2 at 25-23. Who do I name player of the game in that one? I have to say Cassie Lerma, because she literally was just, I don't want to say carrying the team because everyone was making plays, but her big plays were always at the right time. But then Riley Barnett comes in, and again, if the relief pitcher comes in and saves the day in the bottom of the 9th, are they the MVP? Man. Ronnie Cantu. Maybe I'll go to Cantu. Cantu was giving those sets to Lerma and to Barnett. That's what I'll do. I'll give it to Ronnie Cantu. Had the sets not been there, those big hits wouldn't have happened. Championship in the book. I hope you guys enjoyed this broadcast. Again, I want to remind you that Hacienda Ford is one of our title sponsors. They are assisting us greatly in broadcasting these games. The EDC of San Benito, South Padre Island. Also, you see TVNS, ERS, VTX1, Alpha Men's Clinic. Just some of the advertisers that are assisting us here in broadcasting these games. I was able to have 3 individuals here throughout this tournament and start to train to maybe expand the coverage even more on Rio Sports Live. Had it not been from these advertisers, I couldn't even start talking to them. Reminding you, additional volleyball tournaments coming up next week. We'll be in Sherryland for certain. Most likely we'll be in Hidalgo, and we may be in Laredo. We also have football coverage coming up in less than 2 weeks. Week 1, I've got 20 games scheduled. We'll talk more about that. Till Tuesday night, taking a break from announcing. My voice needs it. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Our thanks to all the guys, to JR, to RJ, to Eddie, and to Jacob, who assisted us greatly in our broadcast. Till next time, from Mission Veterans, Patriots are champion of this one. Good night.